Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Today we are going to tackle a new lesson which is called the impersonal passive. Okay. Okay, now we have here the impersonal passive. When we talk about impersonal passive, so we talk about personal and impersonal. So this is not the personal passive. We have here the impersonal passive. Now, let's go with the simple present verbs. With simple present verb. Now, let's take an example into the affirmative form. Affirmative form. Examples. Examples with the impersonal passive. They. They believe that the customers are ready. They believe that the customers are ready to pay with this rate. They believe that the customers are ready to pay with this rate. This is active voice. This sentence is into the active voice with personal. Impersonal. Now, let's turn this sentence into the passive. They have the customers are belifted. The customers are belifted to be ready to pay, with this rate by them. Now here we have by them. by them, which is impersonal. It is not by me, it is not by you, it is not by your father or by your mother or by your brother. It is by them. And we don't know who is them or who are them. This is impersonal passive. Thank you. Another example. Another example. The manager think that the manager think that Mr. The manager think that Mr. Bojan The manager think that Mr. Bojan sometimes has bad habits. The manager think that Mr. Bojan sometimes has bad habits. Now, let's turn this sentence into the passive. So they have Mr. Bojan. Mr. Bojan is Mr. Bojan is. Third, Mr. Bojan is. Third, so to have bad habits. So, Mr. Bojan is thought to have bad habits. Thank you very much. Let's take another example. Let's take another example, please. For example, that think that Amadi works. That think that Amadi works a lot at school. That think that Amadou works a lot at school. Thank you. Into the passive. Amadi is thought. Amadi is thought. Now to work a lot at school. By that. Amadi is thought to work a lot at school by that. Now here, this is impersonal passive with simple verb in. With simple verb now into the affirmative form. They believe present simple verbs, they believe that the customers are ready to pay with this rate. Thank you. The customers are believed to be ready to pay with this rate by them. Thank you. The manager think that Mr. Bojan sometimes has bad habits. Now, Mr. Bojan is thought to have bad habits by the manager. Thank you. that think that Amadi works a lot at school. Amadi is thought to work a lot at school by that. Thank you. These sentences are into the affirmative form. Let's go with example into the negative. Negative form. Need negative form examples. Examples into the negative form. For example, the teacher believes that the teacher believes that I don't work enough. Here we have negative form. I don't work enough. Now, let's turn this sentence into the passive or into the impersonal. Passive, what do you have? I am believed not to work. I am believed not to work enough by the teacher. I am believed not to work enough by the teacher. We have not to work. This is impersonal. Passive with negative form. Now let's take another example. So the doctor thinks that the efforts aren't enough. The efforts aren't enough to fight against coronavirus. The doctor thinks that the efforts aren't enough to fight against coronavirus.
Tape www.suividecole au Sénégal.